Hello and welcome to the Limitless Landscapers podcast. I'm Charlotte and today I'm having a bit of a rant, and that is because there's a lot of misinformation about social media, and something recently cropped up that I just couldn't not record a podcast on it. I think this is going to be really good for you guys because you're going to get some real insights into social, some tips into social, and just get more of the behind the scenes information.
As the co-founders of the Landscaper Circle, we help you get more money, time and freedom to become limitless through our experiences as fellow landscapers and our tried and tested methods. If you want help with your marketing, managing or growing your business, you've definitely come to the right place. If you're a landscaper, garden designer or supplier to the industry, then hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Now, let's get back to the show.
So what do I mean by misinformation? Well, everyone has their own opinions with social media. In a sense, because it's social, everyone kind of has a difference of opinion in how things should be done. Should it look professional in quote marks, or should it be more personable? And those types of things, it's completely up to you. We at TLC always say with the type of business, so whether you're a garden designer, landscaper or professional gardener, artificial lawn installer, whatever you are, we recommend that you go with a mix. Have some personable posts, have some posts that are quite businessy, because people like to see who they're investing in. You're a service you're going to be spending a lot of time with them if they're installing their outdoor area. So we really recommend having that personal side to the business displayed on social media because it is a social platform. So that isn't really misinformation. That is people's difference of opinions, and different things work for different businesses. By misinformation, I'm really talking about the nitty gritty. So social media analytics, how hashtags work, how Instagram SEO works. When people are specifically talking about the more technical aspects of social media, or what you can get out of social media, that's when I get a little bit hot on it. Because if you Google social media help or Instagram help, you are going to get a load of different responses with loads of different conflicting things, a lot of misinformation, or people promising you real rave results and not really delivering on it. Now, I know everyone listening to this is part of the TLC community, so we've said before, take what you see with a pinch of salt sometimes and find a resource that's good for you. Obviously, TLC is focused around your business. So in a sense, we're very niche, we're very specific to you. We're not a marketing social media agency that caters for every industry. The bit that got me ticked and has caused this rant today, there was an article that I saw. It basically insinuates that there's no real need to look at your social media analytics that often, or rarely at all. Now, I strongly disagree with this, and here's why, and here's how you can apply it to your business. So social media analytics are not something you need to look at on a daily basis. You don't want to get focused in on the numbers to the point that it becomes a daily process that's zapping you and you're focused on the numbers rather than providing great content for people to enjoy and that promotes your business in a great light. But a monthly report looks at the analytics is really important, and not every analytic is important, but some really key ones are likes, comments, so basically engagements, because if no one's engaging with your posts, are the other posts boring? Are you attracting the wrong audience? Are you not pushing your post out to as many people because you're not using hashtags and you currently have a small following? And the way you can compare that is engagement versus reach. If you're getting, say, 100 people viewing your post, but no one's engaging, well, then you really need to look at changing your post to make them more engaging and get people to talk back to you or like the posts or share the posts. Another thing is on posts, particularly on Instagram, you can see how many people from that post went and clicked on your website. Now, this is really crucial because ultimately social media is a marketing avenue. Just like if you did Google ads, just like if you have your website, it's a marketing avenue and there is an expense. A lot of people don't class it as an expense because it's free. Social media is free. Now, that may be the case for you. You may not be paying for a social media agency. You may not be paying for a paid social media scheduler. However, your time is money. If you're spending a couple of hours on social media a month, you are doing an investment. You are investing your time, which is costing your business. If you're working on social media, you're not working on something else. So just like any marketing avenue, you need to have a return on investment. And that's what I feel like, and hopefully you gain from listening to these podcasts and seeing TLC on social media. You don't need to be doing everything. You need to be doing what works for your business. And the only way you can ascertain that effectively is by looking at the analytics and the actual stats. So if you want to be on social media to get more inquiries, well, then you need to look at website clicks. I would recommend, if you want to take it one step further, to set up Google Analytics goals so that you can see on Google Analytics, right, 5 people clicked onto the website from social media, 3 of them filled out the contact form, and 2 of them clicked the phone number. Obviously, that's great analytics. That's 5 out of 5. But you can track it all the way through, so you can see, right, how many people are visiting my website from social media and how many of them are actually becoming inquiries. And analytics as well comes into things like messages. How many messages directly through social are you getting that are inquiries or asking for more information about your services? If you're not looking at the analytics, you have no idea whether the time that you're putting into social media is actually paying off. Often, like in this thing that I saw, there is always a heavy focus on followers, and that is the statistic to be measured. I actually personally don't really care about followers that much. Now, this is where it comes into, what is your goal for social media? If your goal for social media is purely just to have a large amount of followers, then of course focus on just getting followers, which ties into creating good content, maybe boosting posts, going viral, that sort of thing. But for you guys specifically, and for this industry, you need to be looking at, what is your goal? Is it to get more inquiries on social media? Is it to reach a different area on social media? So if you're currently working in Hampshire and you want to target Surrey more, is that how you're going to use social media? Now, the reason I highlight this is because I would much rather have 1,000 followers and 10 of those inquire, and you've probably heard me say this before, than have 10,000 followers and have 1 person inquire. Because followers are human beings, and you need to make sure that as you're growing your platform, they are the right followers. So if you boost posts without Facebook ads, without effective targeting, or you're just doing random posts to try and grow followers, a lot of those followers aren't going to be people that are actually interested in your business, in your service, or the right fit for your business. We are a social media marketing agency ourselves at TLC, and we have less than 5,000 followers, and we are very, very happy with that, because we have so many people that come from social media to join our email list and ultimately become part of the TLC community via membership or done for you services. We are effectively ticking our goals, which is, we want to build awareness of TLC within the industry, and we also want to get inquiries. Those are our 2 social media goals. So if that means we have 5,000 followers and we achieve that, or we have 10,000 followers and you achieve that, doesn't really matter. But my main aim is not just to grow followers, because that's not bringing you anything. If social media shut down tomorrow, you're going to say, oh, well, when social media was active, I had 50k followers. Like, and no one cares. And if you walk into somewhere and just go, well, I have 100k followers, they'll go, all right, and like, it's not that much of a big deal. But when you're looking at other people's profiles, it can become that. Now, I'm not saying not to pay attention to followers at all. Again, on that monthly report, that monthly analysis of your statistics, say you had 3,000 followers and you declined 50%, so you lost 1,500 followers, I'd be shitting my pants. I'd be like, well, what's gone wrong here? What happened? What post did we put out that meant we got loads of negative followers? It's something to monitor, is what I'm saying, but not heavily focus on. If you're always having a slow continual growth, that's a good place to be. You do not have to have this spurt or this going viral, because that's not what's going to bring in the money for your business and be effective for your business. Because ultimately, measuring success comes down to those initial goals, which you need to set out, and then measuring the analytics to see if you're getting there. Every month, with all of our done for you clients, and for TLC for ourselves, we have a monthly report on social media looking at the reach, how many people we've reached on social, the engagements, what posts work well, because you can see, right, if that post got 5 website clicks and all the other posts were not getting any other website clicks, what worked really well about that post? Was it that you were mentioning a specific offer? Was it that it was a video over a photo? Was it the topic that you were talking about? Was it completely different to everything else that you were talking about, and it really intrigued people? Yes, you can go and ask people on social media, what would you like to see from us? That's a really good way to get some feedback. But also, looking at the analytics is another amazing way. You know, if there's a post that has 1,000 likes and all of your other posts are getting about 100 likes, what worked really well about that post? And if you didn't look at the analytics, you wouldn't have any idea of that or any real grasp of that. What concerns me is, throughout the industry, not just related to social media, but everything else, whether it's attending award shows, going to industry events, it's often a very, who's the big shot, right? So whether it's, oh, I've got so many followers, or I'm booked up till 2023, And I think we mentioned it on 3 Things We Hate About the Industry, another podcast episode. We'll link it in the show notes. But it's another way of going, well, I've got 50,000 followers, so listen to me. Now, the problem with that is they have 50,000 followers. Amazing. Well done. It's an achievement to get to 50,000 followers, and I don't want to deny that. But how did they get there? Was it through fluke, or have they done a lot of social media training? Particularly if you're now going to talk about how to do social media, whether that's just through your Instagram posts, or you decide to offer a mastermind, or you talk about it on your blog, or you offer a course, however you're doing it, you need to have some social media knowledge. Now, I am what I would call a social media expert. I've been studying social media for 6 years, done multiple courses, managed accounts across a variety of industries, including the horticultural industry. But I don't know absolutely everything. Like, I don't know the coding of the algorithm. I know what the algorithm does and how it works and all of the factors for it. But I couldn't give you a code by code analysis on it. There is a saying of, as long as you know more than 10% in the room, you're qualified to be there. And I don't want to put down anyone that's trying to step into a new path, but you need to have some experience, and you need to make sure that what you're saying is factually correct, because the problem is, again, in the industry, we see this person that's doing very well, or we see this company that's doing very well, and we think their business must be doing amazing, or, they've got 5,000 followers on Instagram. They must be getting loads of inquiries in, but you don't know that. Social media is smoke and mirrors, and those are just vanity metrics. I guess my big rant here is, don't focus on the vanity metrics. Make sure you are looking at social media analytics and analytics in your whole business. You wouldn't be saying, if you were doing Google ads, oh, I'll just spend £500 a month and I won't see if there's any return on investment. I don't look at the analytics. It's the same principle. I think we often have this misconception, because it's free, it's social media, that we have this need of, well, I don't need to look at the analytics because it's free. But your time is money. It's all about valuing your time. Research the people that are giving you this information. For me, if you emailed me and were like, Charlotte, could you send me a detailed analysis of what social media experience you have? I'll be happy to send that to you. You can also see it on the landscapercircle.co.uk/expert-social. And in there, I talk about my experience and give you stats of results that I've achieved for companies as well. And I'm always very transparent and wanting to have conversations with people, because not everyone is right for everyone, and not every strategy, not every social media strategy is correct for each person. So it's all ultimately finding something that works for you. And I would really strongly advise you to look at other places outside TLC as well and find out the information. I mean, if you are a member of TLC, inside the Landscaper Circle website is an Instagram topic, is a social media topic. And particularly in the Instagram topic, I go a lot into analytics and measuring. But in terms of how you can apply it to your business, obviously, monthly report. Now, if you use social media schedulers, they'll probably produce one for you for free. If not, just look on Instagram, Facebook, the platforms themselves, they'll have analytics. I have to say the best one for analytics is Instagram. Then it will probably be LinkedIn and Facebook. Instagram has some really, really good insights. So you can see on a grid now, the top 100 posts by engagements, the top 100 posts by website clicks. So you can see, right, these are the top 9, top 3, top 6, however far you want to go for website clicks. What about those posts did really well? I know for TLC, for example, that if I put the most engaging posts or the most with the website clicks, more often than not, it's for ones where we have a photo of us in there. Even if it's a graphic with other things on it, if we're featured in it, it always outperforms the other posts. Clearly, you guys like our faces, which, I mean, thank you. It's a compliment. But that's a quick way of seeing what works and what doesn't, and tweaking your strategy accordingly. Like, you may follow us and go, literally, their faces are on every single post. And yeah, there's a reason for that. It's because over the however many years, we've looked at our monthly reports, and time and time and time again, posts with our faces in it always outperform those that don't. So yes, monthly report, look at your analytics, basically focus on what posts are doing really well for engagements, what posts are doing really well for website clicks or for people messaging you. Look at how many messages you got in total throughout the month from your social platforms. And if you can, set up those Google Analytics goals. Contact us if you would like me to help you set that up. info@thelandscapercircle.co.uk, so you can see how many people came from social direct to inquiring with your business. And then aside from that, double checking or looking for alternative sources for information when you read something Try not to focus on the mandatory metrics. I know it's hard because we can all get sucked into, well, that post only got 100 likes and the rest of my posts have got 500 likes, or so-and-so's got 5,000 followers and they're my competitors, so they must be doing so much better. But it's not the case. Again, I'd rather have 100 followers and get 10 inquiries than 1,000 followers and get 1 inquiry. So just take that with a pinch of salt. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed this rant. If you did, let us know on social media. If you have a question that you would like us to answer on the podcast related to social media or anything else, then make sure to just message us on Instagram at the Limitless Landscapers Podcast, email info@thelandscapercircle.co.uk, or give us a call. Thank you all for joining, and I will see you on the next one.